Yes, come in.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. Please sit
Good
down, Ms. Dwivedi. You're from UP, Unnao.
Yes, sir. So I was born in
You will know. Where do you live?
Lucknow, sir.
Lucknow. Shane Abar. Why do you wish to join civil service?
So civil services, because I believe the scope and the level of impact this service has is uncomparable, and the direct contact with the public. Sir, then comes the point of security, both the constitutional security as well as the financial security. And I believe that if you work honestly with integrity, there wouldn't be any problem in this job. It's a very good job.
What qualities will you bring to this job?
So the first and foremost quality would be that of hard work, and second would be sympathy, or if I may emphasize, a sense of empathy.
Right. Anything else you can think of?
So dedication, and that would come under hard work.
Okay.
Work with full dedication.
Right. So this is your first attempt?
No, sir, this is my third attempt.
Third attempt?
This is
What
my
happened in the
first.
previous attempt?
So first two attempts I couldn't clear preliminary exam.
Prelims you couldn't.
Ms. Gunjan,
Yes, sir.
you have heard of the Right to Information Act.
Yes, sir.
Now, what would you say were the major objectives of this act?
So the major objective of the RTI Act was to increase transparency
Okay.
and increase awareness when it comes to the citizens.
Okay. Now, what is the procedure which has been prescribed for getting information out of the
Sir,
act?
the people have to file an RTI application, and there is a nominal fee for
Okay.
certain section of the people, and I believe for poor people it is for free.
Yeah.
And then there is a time period that if it is an urgent case, the information has to be provided within 48 hours.
48 hours in case of life and death is concerned. Yeah? But tell me, are there any exemptions under which a government department can deny you information?
Yes, there are a few exceptions, specifically in the case of national security.
National security, personal information, relations, foreign relations, all those kinds of things are there. Then there are certain organizations. Is any organization of the government exempted from the RTI Act completely?
Sir, the cabinet board meetings, they are.
No, that comes under the exemption clauses. I'm saying, are there any organizations of the government which are exempt from the purview of the RTI?
Sir, unable to recollect, but if you want, let me try.
Yeah, tell me if you.
Sir, there is an issue that the Supreme Court does fall under the purview, but it
No,
fails.
basically intelligence agencies are exempted, except they say that except where violation of human rights or corruption is concerned. So which means if you are seeking information, say from the Intelligence Bureau, if it relates to their reporting or anything which they have given, then that will be exempt. It will be an exempt organization. But if it relates to a violation of human rights violations or relates to the corruption, then the organization is obliged to provide the information. Now, if you have seen the papers last several days, some people have filed a petition in the Supreme Court against appointment of information commissions. Have you read about it?
Sir,
Sure. Okay, now there is a Central Information Commission also.
Yes.
What is the role of the Central Information Commission?
Sir,
It's under the RTI Act itself.
yes, sir. Sir, that would be a guess.
Okay, sure. Okay, now on the Lokpal issue, what are the directions of the Supreme Court? Very recent directions, giving a deadline so what is the issue involved? Why is this delay happening?
So the delay is that the Lokpal is not being appointed.
True.
This is the topmost issue.
So what are the directions which the Supreme Court has given recently? Any idea?
Sir,
Okay. The Lokpal is to be ultimately appointed by a Selection committee.
Yes, selection.
Who are the members of the selection
Sir, it
committee?
is the Prime Minister, the Leader of the Opposition, the Speaker, and the Chief Justice.
And eminent jurors.
Eminent
Five
jurors.
members. 5 members are there. Okay? Right. Have you heard of a term called extradition?
Yes.
What is that?
Sir, extradition means us and another, through a treaty,
Yeah.
the other country would let a person who's in conflict with the law to be allowed to come in India.
So
that
is it a judicial process or is it a political request?
Sir, it is a political process. It is a political process.
Not a judicial process.
Sir,
Think of Vijay Mallya. What's happening?
definitely, it is a
Yeah.
it is both ways.
It is a judicial, primarily a judicial activity, isn't it? After all, Vijay Mallya's case, he had challenged
It is
it in
the
the
judicial.
city back in the magistrates court in the UK. So that is how it works, right? Okay. Recently, certain students of the Jawaharlal Nehru University were charged with sedition. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
What was the reason for this?
So the reason given was that there were certain slogans which were
Anti-national slogans. Yeah.
Anti-national slogans.
But then, what was the occasion when they organized this event? The name of Afzal Guru is coming up. Who is Afzal Guru?
So Afzal Guru was involved in the parliamentarian attacks.
Yeah.
So,
And hanged.
and he was hanged,
Right.
and during that occasion.
Yeah. So it was in remembrance of this event that they had organized this rally. That is why this thing, right? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You were president of your college.
Ma'am, president of the college hospital.
So what activities were you involved with as president?
My foremost task was monitoring and coordinating all the activities. The various activities that were there in the hostel were a little bit cultural activities. Like during many festivals or occasions, we used to organize little competitions, poetry competitions. The major event of the hostel was a guest night where we were allowed to invite our friends, our relatives, our parents who's coming. So that was very good.
Now you've written hobbies, drawing, mandalas and journaling. What is this?
And mandal literally means a circle. So basically it's a drawing involving concentric circles. A crude example. Freehand as well as we do use equipments.
Okay.
Depends from person to person. A crude example would be rangoli patterns.
Okay. And journaling? What does this mean?
Ma'am, basically it is journal entries.
Journal entries.
Yes, ma'am. But
Okay.
because I follow a specific technique of journal writing, which is called the bullet journal method. I came across it recently 2 years back. So that is why.
So bullet journaling means writing it in point forms?
Yes, actually there are several bullets and every bullet has its own meaning. For example, a dash would mean a task, a circle would mean an event. So like this. It helps you organize your thoughts and activities.
Okay. Also you've written you work for women development.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the work you did here?
And I was a volunteer in the Women Development Center.
So this was part of the NSS, NSO, something
Yes,
like
ma'am.
that?
It was a part of the NSS, and specifically for which I played a part was a collection drive. It was held on a voluntary basis because I was the president of the hostel, so I ensured that everybody in the hostel who wants to donate something.
So you've got so many hobbies and interests. What exactly is the role of hobbies in your life?
Hobbies, the two hobbies that I have mentioned, in this phase of preparation, it has helped me to stay calm and composed.
To stay
The major-
relaxed?
Yes,
Recreation,
recreation,
Rejuvenation.
definitely. Yes,
free arts. Okay. Now you're from UP. One hears of the farmer distress. So what is the government doing to meet the problems of the farmers?
And the first and foremost, the most short-term measure that the government adopted was a farm loan waiver. As soon as-
Non waiver.
Yes,
Do you think it's good politics or is it good economics?
well, I would say it is bad politics and bad economics.
But they get their votes, so it's not bad politics, it's good politics.
But in the long run, it becomes unsustainable.
What else?
It is just a suboptimal solution. Of course, it checks farmer suicide and it provides little income support to them, but it is not a sustainable
But
solution. It
the
creates-
loan which has been taken is not taken by the small farmers, so it's the big farmers. So the small farmer still has to suffer the problems.
Yes, ma'am. Although there were certain restrictions laid that who all would be allowed to avail this farm loan waiver, the major problem it creates is that of a moral hazard. Like what about
So
those
there are
honest?
other schemes which are similar to a loan waiver but not loan waiver. Two of the states are talking about it. They haven't implemented it, but the schemes are going to come up. Are you aware of these schemes?
One is the Red Bandhu scheme of Telangana, which is the input support
Right,
or income
income
support model. This one. And the second is recently the Odisha.
Hmm.
It is called Kaliya, Pursha Agricultural Livelihoods and Income Augmentation.
Alright. Now, how has ban on house water affected the farmers?
Ma'am,
Has it affected the farmers?
ma'am, it hasn't.
How?
As an alternative to farming, a lot of them used to keep cows, and there is a certain age till which cows provide milk to a profitable level, beyond which farmers used to sell them in the butcher houses, through which they used to earn their income as well.
Yes.
Now that is not allowed. The butcher houses and the slaughter houses have been shut down. So what would they do with those cows? It becomes very expensive for them to take care of them, so they are just leaving them stray.
So
This is a major problem.
yeah,
So
so
what
the
after
cows are
8 years
also,
of
yes, so the cows are also becoming
Yes, it's becoming more of a nuisance out in the streets as well as for the farmers, because now they are even eating away their produce, the
Yes.
crops.
okay. You've lived in Delhi for some time.
Yes.
So suppose I asked you to suggest anything which you think would make Delhi a safer place for women. What steps would you suggest?
And may I take 60 seconds?
Any
The first,
practical steps? Yes.
the most practical step is to increase the patrolling.
Okay, good.
Nowhere
All
should be.
right, petroleum, just give me the steps.
The second step, that would be a long term, would be to increase the civic sense. Despite the fact that this is the capital, there are several reasons because of immigration that people don't have civil sense. The third is ensuring that whosoever is convicted doesn't escape punishment.
Speedy justice. Okay.
Speedy justice.
What else?
These three and what I
Don't you think crime takes place where there are dark spaces?
Yes, but that's why
So
I
lighting?
mentioned lighting.
Okay. And pollution.
Cameras and CCTVs. Yes.
Pollution is another major factor. What can be done to bring down pollution levels in Delhi?
In Delhi, we should promote public transport. Like I saw today, there were a lot of cars. It was just a single person
Okay,
driving.
all right, fine. Public transport.
Increasing or carpooling.
Okay.
One initiative was laid down by the government, which was odd even scheme,
Okay, all right.
which was a good, but it created its own hassles.
What else?
Second would be all the construction activities that are there. They should be regulated. No open dirt piles. And third could be the industries that are there inside Delhi. Maybe they could be shut down for a
They should be
specific period.
regulated.
Yes, ma'am.
All
They should
right.
be. Right.
Thank you.
Dwivedi,
Yes, sir.
ease of doing business. From where this concept originated? It's a World Bank concept, and they bring out a ranking of different countries.
Yes, sir.
And on that, on the basis of that ranking, where does India figure?
Sir, India is on the 77th.
77, which marks an improvement over the earlier ranking.
Yes.
Earlier we were around 100, so I think we have moved up. What are the factors that has contributed to this?
Sir, one very important reason was the way India conducts its trade across ports, easy clearances, the facility of easy clearance. Second was construction permits. Now they are available at a very short span of time. GST and IBC, although they are a very good move, I don't think so they accounted for this.
IBC, yes.
But
the very fact that
specifically
you
in
have,
this report, it was not taken account.
Yeah, it is still in the transitional
Yes,
phase. So
But it will improve India's
it will
ranking.
improve.
So these two are the only I can think
Tax administration is also
of. So GST I mentioned.
okay. International relations is one of your subjects, right?
Yes.
Venezuela is in the news. What is happening there?
So Venezuela is going through an economic crisis. What happened, the leader, a member from the opposition,
Is that the economic crisis can't be the immediate context?
No, sir.
Of the crisis,
So
right?
the immediate crisis is one of the opposition members. It said that he declared himself as the interim president, and he was backed by the support of the United States and several European countries.
Yes.
On the other hand, the initial precedents of Maduro, he said that this is unconstitutional and I stand to be the president. So basically a failed coup. Recently.
Can't be, it's not a coup, but of course I think there is a convergence of international
Yes, international.
and today if you have read the newspaper, President Trump has announced certain measures. You haven't gone through that, okay. Something different. What is the role of NHRC?
The National Human Rights Commission, so safeguarding the human rights of the citizens.
What are human rights?
So human rights are certain inalienable rights that every human being has by the virtue of being a human.
And NHRC, is it a judicial body?
So, no, so it is just statutory.
What kind of powers or authority it has?
It has a power of a civil court, and it has to take up the matter in a span of a year from the occurrence. The human rights.
The role of police has undergone certain change over the years. In what way? What kind of change has come in the role of the police?
So, I'm unable to understand.
No, say about 100 years back, the role of the police or even before independence, I'm sure it has undergone a lot of change now.
So that way, police was there to promote, to safeguard the interests of the British
Right.
colonial.
Basically, it was
Nowadays,
used as a
police is here
force.
for law and order and internal security. That is the point.
Earlier, it was used more as a force, but now the development role and the
Yes.
this concept of service is also
Service
gaining.
delivery.
Are you familiar with an institution called National Security Council? Yeah. What exactly? What does it? What is its role and what?
Sir, it provides the security framework for the country, security policies, that is what it brings.
Okay, and it comes under which ministry? Not ever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Demonetization. We resorted to demonetization a couple of years back. And what were the objectives of demonetization?
So the major objective was to curb black money. Second was the counterfeit currency.
Right.
And terror,
Corruption.
the
Terror financing. Yes, I think these are the three. In relation to these objectives, have they been met now that 2 years have passed? What is your assessment?
Sir, the foremost benefit of demonetization was the amount of money which was hidden as black money. It has come back in the economy. Now the taxes are being paid for it. So this is the advantage. Second is that it has given a boost to e-commerce and digitalization.
But if I argue that the earlier black money has now become white money, so to that extent,
Sir, but it has come back in the economy. Now the taxes would be paid for it. It is not that it was just brought in the economy without paying the taxes. Taxes
but
were paid
other
for.
than that, any other advantage that it has resulted in?
Sir, yes, sir, like I mentioned, sir, digitalization, e-commerce has been given up a lot.
And the tax base is widened. The number of income tax pays,
Yes.
right? Okay. Central government gives a lot of subsidies. Are you aware of what are the subsidies given by the central government? What are the major subsidies given? There was an attempt to target the subsidies to the beneficiaries. DBT.
Yes, sir.
DBT is given in respect of what?
Sir, it is given in respect of
Doesn't matter. Thank you.
You read newspapers?
yes, sir, I do, but sorry, I couldn't read the names.
Alright, never mind. Name some important issues in the international arena and in national sphere which you consider are hot topics.
So in the international arena, if we talk about region-specific issues, in the West Asia, in the West Asia, Trump has announced that the troops will be gradually withdrawn from Syria and Afghanistan. Second, when it comes to Europe, the Brexit is a major issue. When it comes to North America, the recent issue which involved the arrest of the Chinese Dubai CEO from Canada, this has
CFO.
created, yes, CFO, has created a major
Quite.
issue in the international with reference to the trade.
Venezuela?
Yes, so
Is Venezuela becoming a problem? A major issue?
Yes, sir. Venezuela has the largest oil reserves and the economy is suffering badly.
It's not that. Issue is something different. Issue is how America is looking at the internal situation that has created a real crisis. You know what is good governance? What are the features of good governance?
So timely implementation.
No, it's a World Bank concept. Very well defined features. Are you aware or not?
So
What is UP's growth rate?
around 3 to 4%.
No, you must check. 6.4. It's not so bad. And in Human Development Index, where does it stand among union territories and states?
Sorry, sir.
No idea. You know, there's a lot of talk of universal basic income.
So,
You think this is a feasible thing?
sir, it would definitely have a lot of bearing on the
Lot of
fiscal
money,
cost.
and if you have a lot of money. Is that so?
No, sir, on the government I meant.
No, the government has a lot of money. Then
It
only.
doesn't have a lot of money, but it would be a good measure.
So what are the things which are being talked about mostly in respect of UBI?
Sir, the issue was proposed by Economic Survey, like Economic Survey dedicated a specific
It is a
chapter on
very
it.
serious.
And now, yes, sir.
It's a government is giving it very serious thought. Niti Aayog is giving it some thought. Rahul Gandhi has said that we will provide income.
Yes.
But the question is, how do you implement it? So are you reading reports on it?
Yes, sir, I have read about UBI recently.
So those reports, do they make sense to you? You haven't given thought to it.
Sir, I am aware of UBI.
All right, doesn't matter. You know, poverty has a definition in India.
Yes.
Which committees defined poverty in the recent years in India?
Sir, it was a Rangarajan committee,
That was the latest. Before that was Tendulkar.
Tendulkar committee.
Do you know what was the parameter which they fixed as to people who are earning this much of money or who have the capacity to spend so much of money will be
Yes.
below the poverty line or above the poverty? What is the Tendulkar limit?
I'm sorry, sir.
No?
Sir, it was around 32 rupees for urban areas. It would be a guess, sir.
You're almost right for urban area 32 and rural
Rural, it was 27 or 29.
27. A little 27.2 or something. And Rangarajan?
Sir, it increased the amount to 33 and 43. Like
47.
47 for urban areas.
47. So, what percentage of the population, according to Rangarajan committee, came under the below the poverty line?
Sir, it was 29.5%.
29.5, very good. And Tendulkar?
It's 22%.
22%. Which of these is being considered by the government for UBI?
Sir, Tendulkar.
Tendulkar. That's quite right. You know the concept of separation of powers. Who propounded this?
Sir, it was the United States of America.
No, I think Montesquieu.
Yeah, Montesquieu. Yes.
Now,
Order types.
does India have separation of powers?
Sir, we have, when it comes to the legislature and the executive, there is a cordial relationship, but there is
No, not
separation of
cordial.
power.
Do we have officially separation of powers
Yes.
in our constitution, in our scheme? Because we have,
Yes.
right? You know basic structure concept?
Yes, sir.
Name three most important or four most important basic features which cannot be altered or tampered with.
So the secular framework, rule of law, separation of powers, Distribution of powers.
Hmm?
Distribution of powers between the center and the
No, there's nothing like distribution. Anyway, you need to check. Most important are federalism, separation of powers, parliamentary form of government, independence of judiciary. Then come all these things which you're saying, rule of law and secularism. Who said this human nature is nasty, brutish in short?
Sir,
Which political thinker?
Sir, it was Hobbes
In what context?
in the context of state of nature.
Hmm?
State of nature.
Nature.
Yes.
And what did he prescribe? What form of government?
Absolute form of government.
Absolute.
Yes, sir. The Leviathan.
All right. What is Westphalian Treaty?
So the Westphalian Treaty, the year 1648, it laid down the concept of sovereign nation states.
Right. Supreme Court is seized of a matter currently which bill concerns Uttar Pradesh. Two matters rather which concern Uttar Pradesh. Name those matters. Two cases are before, important cases are before regarding you.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Babri Masjid
Yes, the Babri.
and 1100 police encounters.
Yes.
Both have come up before the Supreme Court. Now we close the interview. I'll give you a little feedback.
Yeah.
You want sure? Yeah. As many as.
Thank you.
Now, most of the questioning we do would be based on the biodata that is there. Then on current affairs, constitutional issues, and Supreme Court judgments or issues pending before Supreme Court. Okay. So these are the areas where you must strengthen. 19 February, we still have about 19 days, 20 days. We should work hard. Work 7, 8 hours a day and prepare. Political science, refresh your knowledge. So is international relations. In international relations, I think you should also think of some major initiatives which the government of India is taking. For instance, Neighborhood First, Act East, our relations with China, Pakistan, with Afghanistan. These are some of the important things. Indo-Pacific region, ये भी जरा सा देखें. Next is UP, Uttar Pradesh. Problems of Uttar Pradesh, you were asked a number of questions. Farmers' distress, loan waivers. There can be also this cow slaughter, what havoc it is causing. I told you two cases which are pending before Supreme Court. Its growth rate, why its human development indices are so low. That is about UP. Then come your extracurricular activities like drawing, mandalas, journals. You were a secretary of political science department, so political science becomes your important subject. उसके बाद आप देखना current affairs में. So you asked you about Lokpal, extradition, CBC, ये सब current affairs में है. So we also asked you about Huawei, Venezuela, you also said these are important issues, Brexit, etc. Then we asked you some questions about ease of doing business, police role, National Security Council, demonetization, etc. DBT. Now, talking of DBT, some question can be what are the important achievements of the NDA government? In which you can name the Ujjwala scheme, Pahal, Ujjwala, DBT scheme, it has saved about 80,000 crores, Jan Trinity. गुड गवर्नेंस जरा पढ़िए। अच्छा, ये तो आपका पॉलिटिकल साइंस का सब्जेक्ट है। A question can be, if you are made a collector somewhere, how will you bring about good governance? Supposing it's a situational question which you can get. Then we came to some constitutional issues like separation of powers, basic structure, and वो थोड़ा आप जरूर देखिए. And then there are certain other areas where I think you should also work, like how much hunger prevails in India, hunger, malnutrition, what are the facts, and what is the government doing about these matters. Hunger, malnutrition, poverty, unemployment. These are the four important basic things. And what are the government's efforts to alleviate these problems, right? इतना आप कर लेंगे तो आपके पास काफी मटेरियल होगा। तो सिस्टमेटिकली पढ़ना आपको 1 घंटा पॉलिटिकल साइंस, 1 घंटा इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन, 1 घंटा अखबार पढ़ना है, 1 घंटा अपनी हॉबीज, आधा घंटा हॉबीज को दीजिए, इकोनॉमी के ऊपर दीजिए थोड़ा, ये जो इम्पोर्टेंट यूडीआई वगैरह है ना, then you will see in 1 week's time you will acquire a lot of knowledge. That is what will give you a lot of benefit. It is knowledge which will give you real traction, you see. Right? Okay, good.
Thank you so much, sir.
Everything else is in your favor. You have very pleasing, nice personality. You can speak very well. Strengthen your knowledge. That is the real secret.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, sir.